It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
To another episode of Big D Energy
Big
right
D.
here on
Day.
on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We got KG in the building. KG, what's really good?
You know what's really good? That fucking chair out there. That shit is the devil. I just got in it before the show, like in between shows, did a 20-minute massage. I haven't been touched like that in years.
All right, so
Sounds like a you problem.
It's the best day of my life.
can bring me up to date here, KG. For
I've
those
heard-
that don't
I've
know,
heard I've never been touched that way. I've also heard I'll give up Coonan's for this in my house. Like, what
This
is-
chair is different. I
It's
thought
the
that
best day of my life.
I thought they was gonna bring like one of those sharper image like little bullshitting chairs in here.
like
No.
Great Lakes Crossing, put a quarter in for a minute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, this is the real deal. This thing has everything: Bluetooth, heating, cooling, arms, shoulders, feet, calves,
It's doing
everything.
my
you want.
hands. It's doing my hands and my wrists. I didn't even know you could massage a wrist.
So what is the tech? What is this company that
Dude, I-
All right,
that's
hold on.
Hey,
I'm gonna throw it on the
F
back
you
wall.
guys.
Okay.
101. I call dibs on that thing.
all
The
right?
Massage chair house.
The Massage Chair House. That's right. They're in Bloomfield Hills, as a matter of fact. I understand they have the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan.
Yeah,
That's what
guess-
I've been told. I was
guess-
told.
Guess how much that one is?
I don't know,
14
but it
grand.
seems worth it. What a-
$15,000.
Yeah, it seems worth it.
It's a $15,000 chair.
What's that place called?
Massage Chair House. So welcome to Woodward Sports, by the way, Massage Chair House.
Best thing that's ever happened to this company.
Spenny's happy to have you right now, but no, welcome on board. So,
I need one of those at the wrestling school.
I put the
Not for kids, for me.
intensity as high as it goes. It's ripping into me right now.
we got young John.
The chair is different, man. It's different.
We got young Justin in for Spencer, who's still here but not working. What's up, young Justin?
I'm doing good.
Are
Hosted
you?
the morning show with KG this morning. It was really fun. Had a great time. So now I'm here having a good time with you guys.
Chasing the Chase Lounge as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Chase Lounge definitely got a bit of an upgrade. So once Spenny's done with his massage, we're going to migrate over.
All right, I got it. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat.
This camera works.
Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. All you got to do is subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and get in there and get your thoughts out there. John Effing Lord with the big what's up. What's up, John Effing Lord? Michael Weary, morning Big D Energy. Good morning. What's
Morning.
good? What's good?
Top of the
everybody?
morning.
Steve O'Baby, Neil, if you're going on that Tigers World Series train, I'm with you, man. Let's go. Hey, why not?
You
We're
sparked that.
We're as good as anybody else, dude. Why not?
I'm seeing a lot more people say that after you said that. So.
Well, you know, some people got to bring it into the light. Nicholas Duncan, happy hump day. D-Mac, top 5 Wednesday.
Yeah.
Top 5 appetizers.
Happies. Everybody loves happies. Was it easy or hard, this list?
I thought the list was easy. I thought the ordering was difficult.
Yeah, that part.
It's massaging my butt.
Yeah, good ass massage.
Wow.
Okay.
No pause on that either.
Yes.
I'm getting fondled by Professor X right now.
No diddy. Yeah, and you know what? To be fair, I think people can agree is that it depends on where you are or what that appetizer.
This is where
oh,
what the list means to you, D-Mac. This is the epitome of that. What
Yeah.
the list means to you. I like to respect things resume. Like, even if it's not my favorite thing, like, if mozzarella sticks isn't on your list, then I got a problem with your list, bottom line. Is it my favorite thing? No. But you have to respect mozzarella sticks resume as an appetizer. You have to.
Yeah, you do.
You have to.
Probably the most ordered appetizer in the country.
That's what I'm saying.
of
like,
all
yeah, and you
time.
can't ignore that.
Yeah,
man.
of all
Now,
time,
now
for sure.
in that, and you know what, we're going to talk about it too, but here's the whole thing, right? If I know that I'm going out and one of you guys is there, I know you're going to have your staples. Somebody's ordering that's my wife, mozzarella sticks for sure.
That's your
So
move.
It's never on my list.
No.
Because but it's always.
But it'll
in-
always appear at the table.
But it's always in my mouth.
Pause. All right.
Whatever out of my mouth.
I'll tell you what. this thing's going back to the massage chair house loose because I'm wearing it out.
All right.
I love this thing.
Chris, I missed a Wings conversation yesterday, but after watching him all year, Costa still needs another year. Would love Yzerman to put a better team in front of him. No consistency in Grand Rapids to develop. Young Justin, do we have a Griffins playoff update? Where do they sit? I said I was going to watch. I lied. I did.
They are down 0-2. They have not played well.
Are they? So are they cooked or
They're
what?
cooked. They're going back to Texas,
Okay,
and
so
they're down
cooked.
2-0.
Okay.
All 3 games are in Texas, and Texas is just more complete of a team. It's tough
Is
to
this
say.
the best
but
of 5 or 7?
5.
Oh, it's first.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's wraps.
Cooked.
Look.
All right.
They still do that first.
Grand
Grand
like
opening,
you,
grand
Spenny.
closing.
Woodward Sports chat thread DNC ENT. I got real high last night and was thinking this Zion injury thing, because it is a thing. Did we ever think it's just a New Orleans thing? From the Saints to the Pelicans, nobody has ever been able
the
to stay
gumbo.
healthy down there.
Yeah.
The Zion injury thing to me is, if you have Zion, who is a physical freak of nature, and there's nothing on the line, then why risk it?
Exactly.
That's like, I'm not saying it's not a thing, but I'm not saying it's like the total story of his career either. So DNCNT, I see your gears turning though, and we're going to get to that. Speaking of that, Trajan Langdon's talking to the media right now. He may be wrapping up as we speak right now. If there's anything good out of there, we'll get to it. I've been following some of the writers on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. I've been following that there. MPWMU, Fried Calamari, has entered the chat. Yes, it has.
Dude, you know it's going to be awesome. I'm connected by Bluetooth, so when Maz gets in here, I'm going to start playing like Ram Ranch and different things like that. 18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Whoa, what's going on in here? What's this thing telling me?
Maz ain't even getting in that thing.
No,
he's going to be too scared.
Maz's going to hate it for sure, but...
D-Mac.
I'm not joking right now. This is the greatest thing to ever happen to this network.
You can't even see Spinny like, on the camera shot.
This is amazing. My pre-show ritual between E&E and heavyweights of sitting in the chair, ripping my pen, and reading manga is just taken to the new level.
Freddie Felt 313. Neil, I appreciate you giving Mott Sticks this platform it so rightfully deserves. Dip them in ranch, of course. No doubt. No, you have to. I'm not even a huge ranch guy, but for Mott Sticks, I'm gonna do it for one.
Yeah, I'm not a marinara guy, so I'm on board with ranch for sure.
What model is that?
It's the super one.
D-Mac is ordering that shit right now.
D-Mac.
D-Mac, it's called the Body Friend Pharaoh Q.
I feel like a pharaoh right now.
Yep,
Body Friend
one word.
Pharaoh Q.
It's got a hangover mode, Neil. It's got a hangover cure mode.
What, does it put an IV in you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
Pharaoh,
something.
like Egyptian Pharaoh.
People asking about happy endings in the chat.
Yeah.
It might.
I got it on the
Pharaoh.
spine mode right now.
Pharaoh.
Fixing my
Q?
back.
Yeah, like Pharaoh Q as in like the letter, just the letter. Not like the English way to just call what you call a line.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Yes, I know the Steelers and Cowboys made a trade. George Pickens got traded to the Cowboys for essentially a third-round pick. They had a fifth, sixth-round swap. That's whatever, but essentially a third-round pick. And we're to that part of the NFL offseason where insert Cowboys trade, insert Cowboys are back, insert this is the year, right? Is that?
Yep.
Do I have the lay of the
Trading
land
for
there?
a receiver, by the way.
Yeah, trading for a
Back
receiver.
down.
Right, D-Mac? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I mean, who gets the ball? CD Lamb, George Pickens.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they didn't really solve any other issue. That wasn't their problem, guys catching the ball.
Correct. Like,
That's the guy getting it.
If he thought Pittsburgh was dysfunctional, just wait till you get to
just
Jerry
wait a
World.
minute. No, just wait a
Yeah,
minute.
but Dax has got it on.
But yeah, we'll definitely be getting into that. Also in the Woodward Sports chat thread, this TeSlaa trade talk is so tiresome, people just need reasons to bitch from Cody Angle. I'm going to solve for that and put that to bed for everybody. Coming
People
up in
still talking
about
about
5 minutes.
Okay. I know people
enjoyed
still
that.
talking about that.
What's that?
I enjoyed that read.
Yeah.
I actually pulled it up and read it. It was like, enough said.
I've had enough.
Why are people still talking about it, though?
Well, because why do people grade Brad Holmes' draft an F?
That's true.
Why is it a reach? Why did he reach for people that the Buffalo Bills said, oh, we were going to take this guy in 2 picks?
Yeah.
And I'll have the TeSlaa thing for you, and then we can put this shit to bed and go play football.
Sound good.
Is that fair?
Sounds
like,
good,
Like
Neil.
we can do that.
I'm rocking. Neil's sick of our
I'm
shit
not
with this
even
chair.
lying.
100% I am. Yeah, no, like let's just cut the shit.
I can tell it.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Go ahead, man.
No, you good.
No, you go. Go ahead,
I
man.
got
Dude,
you.
the hands and the wrists.
ISO.
Pete Smith, chips and salsa have to be on that list. Not.
Ah.
They are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The
What are
problem
we
is.
talking about? Like what you go to when you got nothing else?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy good chips and salsa, but
It's
they got
mandatory. Like,
they're.
That's
I'm not.
it's a specialty app at a
I'm ordering
specialty
nachos
restaurant.
and it's like a Mexican restaurant that they're at the table that you're eating.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
just-
not.
Plus, guac splits its vote. I feel like
Guac
chips
does.
and
I'm a
salsa,
guac
chips
over
and
salsa
guac.
guy.
You're not a guac guy?
nah.
I'm a guac over salsa guy.
Oh, me too.
I like guac more than salsa.
I'm a guac
Pico
guy.
de
I
gallo.
like salsa.
Nitty gritty. When does it transform into Optimus Prime? I don't know. I feel like that thing's like a person.
It, for real.
It's
I'm
more
telling you,
Bumblebee.
this is the best thing ever. Like,
It has a soul.
I got
I'm
2
telling
minutes
you.
left, and I'm waiting for the little thing to pop up. You know, the extra outlet.
Hurricane as well. Detroit City, big MLS matchup tonight. Yes, U.S. Open Cup. Detroit City is at Chicago Fire in Chicago.
Shout
so
out.
you can check that out on Paramount Plus. I'm not on the call tonight. I get to watch it as a fan like everybody
What
else.
do
So
we think? What do we got a shot?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
What round is this?
This is round of 32.
Ooh.
Yep. So
Shout out DCFC.
yeah, 100%. So I'm looking forward to that. You know that it's a little extra around there.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for it also. That's going to be a lot of fun. So again, Paramount Plus tonight, 8 o'clock. Spenny will be watching it in the chair.
Goddamn right. I'm supposed to go house sit for my brother for the rest of the week. I don't know if I can.
You're going to chair sit
It's
here.
not happening.
I'm gonna sit.
Hey,
sit.
no, just send him a photo of what time is he getting the Pharaoh Q delivered to the house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a doctor. He can buy one.
That's it.
What are you doing with these cameras, Justin?
Mike G, Spenny, does it have a crotch vibrate
I'm
mode?
waiting for it, Mike.
Hey, it's there. Trust me, it's there.
Oh, dude, this thing is.
It's the closest thing to sex without intercourse.
All right, this is a good point to stop. And
Position now.
so
don't like
I feel as though this is a good point to stop, get to a break, and then reset. Somebody tell him about Les Stanford, please.
That's you, Justin.
Oh, that's me.
Yep, sorry.
It's okay. I can handle it.
The reed's in there.
Neil's so
Let me
mad.
tell you about Les
Sick of our shit.
Stanford Chevrolet. Les Stanford Buick
Oh,
and GMC
yeah.
has some great offers for everyone. Get a 2025 Envision Preferred AWD for only $259 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for only $169 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 EV SUV for only $699 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory, Les Stanford Buick and GMC, and make sure you visit their website, lesstanford.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. The backs are hot, And the weather's getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters. Woodward Sports.
If you're looking to upgrade your relaxation game, check out Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. I'll be checking it out right after the show. You know what Spenny's been saying for the first part of the show, but they got the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest with the top brands of massage chairs like Infinity in Osaka. Located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road, experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doctor, of course, creator of the top YouTube massage chair review channel. Who else would you want it from? A guy that's absolutely been there.
Go to the experts.
Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code Massage Chair House. Your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation. Go ahead and take a test drive yourself.
No, it's so worth it.
Take it from Spenny. All right, we're back at it. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. If you want to skip the line, use the super chat. Michael DeVries did it. I bought $500 worth of war bonds off Maz, and now I see where the money went. Hey. That's Tom Mazaway, everyone. Devils fan. Oh, how did Operation Eggplant go?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see any results.
I know. I never missed the afternoon show.
Yeah.
I think Pete stole the show yesterday, though.
What did Pete do?
Really? What Pete did?
He had a 2-minute rant on just the Pistons and Detroit sports. It was epic. You had to be there.
Oh yeah? What'd he say? Give me the cliff notes.
Yeah. It's hard because there was a lot of pointing going on. There was a lot of, body
Pointing.
movement. He did his big one, man. Let Pete cook.
I got a feeling along the same lines. Alan W. Neil, Coach of the Year, Kenny Atkinson's down 0-2 and choked a 20-point lead as the 1 seed. Were we lied to? Alan W., we may have been lied to.
No, ain't no may about it.
But it's not our fault. It's not our fault. Robert Colosia, fun fact, guac is made from avocados, and 60% of California's avocados are grown in San Diego.
Wow.
Plus 90% of the world's avocados are grown in California. My house has a 100-year-old avocado tree from the Grove here. That's interesting. So you can just walk outside and get guac? That's like $1 million tree.
I guess, yeah. That's crazy.
No, that's absolutely crazy. All right, D-Mac, I came across something last night, and I wanted to bring it to the forefront. Because this is on the heels of the talk about did Brad Holmes reach or overpay for TeSlaa. And this comes courtesy of the line. I wanted to paint the picture for everyone. You see, when we talk about trades, D-Mac, and you try to bring an element of realism to it, it's not your fantasy league. It's not your Madden trade simulator. It's none of that. It's real life. It's the real world, everyone. And Lions Wire did a great story in the whole trade discussion. Michael Silver was covering the Jaguars for the draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the team that the Lions traded with to get TeSlaa. So Michael Silver reported this, and I have it for you pulled up right now. And this is the part, everybody. Let's get the next one, Spenny.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do the other one first because this is the start. So basically, here's the deal, everyone. Shortly after the third round began, another potential option surfaced. This is for the Jaguars. The Detroit Lions called, floating a possible trade that would send their third-round pick, number 102, for a pair of 2026 third-rounders to the Jags for the 70th selection, a fifth-round pick, and a sixth-round pick next year. The Lions still weren't sure they wanted to do the deal, but they were laying the groundwork. Okay, pause. Make the calls, Brad. I want Brad to uncover every stone. I want Brad to be prepared for every situation. We say that qualifies as doing so.
Yes.
Okay, so we laid the groundwork. A few seconds later, and this is the important part, everyone, the Jaguars got an offer from the Rams, their second-round pick next year for the 70th selection. Now, those were the scenarios. Try to close the trade with the Lions, accept the trade with the Rams, or stand pat and take the player that they wanted. The two teams involved here are interesting in that Gladstone previously worked for the Rams, In fact, he took over Lions GM Brad Holmes' old role with Los Angeles when Holmes came to Detroit to run the Lions. The familiarity didn't hurt, as it helped facilitate a smooth on-the-clock trade negotiation that saw the Lions win out. That helps explain the bidding war and the seemingly high cost to move up for TeSlaa. So there it is, everyone. Everyone that calls it a reach and said, what is Brad Holmes doing? The Rams made the same move and offered a second. So there you go, everyone. And I don't know, Williams, who told you the Bills were taking him 2 picks later. Do you see what we're doing here? And if Brad Holmes identifies the talent, ... it seems to work out pretty well. So all the bullshit that's out there and everyone that wants to run the game of, what is he doing paying that much? That's the cost. The Rams were going to give him a second to move up to that spot. So what are we talking about, D-Mac? What's everyone? The reach. Why did you overpaid? You negotiated against yourself. D-Mac, what are we talking about here? There it is.
No, I know. And wasn't this whether talent evaluation Brad Holmes, but he said he's not the best receiver in the draft, but he's my favorite. He's my favorite guy in the draft. So there he goes out and gets it, and he goes to relationships. So I think that a lot of times it was a lot easier growing up and in the past when you never heard behind the scenes or anything like that. But when the information's right in front of you to the questions you ask with new information, if you were one of those people that were questioning it, no, this is how it goes. And that's how business gets done. It's relationships, anything in life. So, no, to me, it just on brand. Oh, Brad Holmes. Well, I read that last night or whatever like this to get to the point where you're trying to explain to people who ask those questions about, I need proof. Well, there's your proof. But on the other point is, Brad Holmes doing Brad Holmes stuff. Oh, one of the best GMs in the league. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that was it. Art Vandelay says, F the Rams. Uncle Neil saw feet. Let Brad cook. Mark Royal, so glad we got TeSlaa so the Lions don't have an issue trading J-Mo next year. I don't have the energy, Mark Royal.
Just don't do it.
I used it all up right there.
Speed bump.
I used it all up right there. Illuminate yourself. I'm sure people will say he has an attitude problem, but that's not an issue with a strong team personality. Head coach, GM, key leaders in the locker room, and it's a contract year. Why does this go back to J-Mo?
I mean, because you got to pay him soon. Clearly, people are going to link him to J-Mo, unfortunately.
Well, have we thought about this? That maybe, just maybe, if you have a third receiver on a third-round rookie deal, which will see him make about $900,000 a year, maybe, just maybe, instead of paying that third receiver, going to market for it and paying $4 million or whatever that number is, you ever think maybe that was a consideration for it? Or at least an option.
That's a good point.
Can you meet me in the middle and say it's at least an option? And if there were other teams in the league that had this guy identified, they were going to trade a second for a third. Think about that. The Rams were going to do it. Woodward Sports chat thread. Super Bowl Cartier. Man, TeSlaa better be good. I want no excuses. All this damn hype. Well, Super Bowl. Did you just parachute into the show, or did you see? He was a valued commodity. That's what I'm trying to drive across to everybody. Cue ball, Neil. What's a reach is doing everything except addressing the pass rush early. They did address the pass rush, cue ball. Aiden Hutchinson's coming back. There's your pass rush. Any other questions? Well, so I guess it's over for the Eagles, right? Their leading sack man from last year, they let walk in free agency. Who had the most sacks for the Eagles last year?
Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat. Where is he now?
Not with the team.
Not with the Eagles anymore. Well, shut it down.
Yeah, it must be over.
Who's going to play edge for him? Shut it down. Danny G, fire Brad Holmes, hire Super Bowl Cartier. Yes. A little stinky. No one talks about the fact that TeSlaa plays outside and slot. If we get an injury to St. Brown or Williams, we are covered. Chuckle Cheese, stop it. J-Mo's going nowhere. They aren't even entertaining the thought at all. Which, he came out and said that. So, again, it all seems pretty simple to me. And D-Mac, it was stunning to me when I saw that part. The Rams offered a second. The Rams offered a second.
That's the price. That's the price of poker, man. Right, where you understand that. So I think for everybody who thinks either, oh man, that's too much, that's not enough, you look at what other teams are willing to do. You got to get in there. So I mean, I answered all those questions when you started the segment to the fact of to all the people that need the proof. Here's your proof. What goes into it? Live.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Brad's burner. Detroit fans showing how weak they are. Buck up and enjoy having a winning franchise for the first time in 100 years. This is interesting. Cody Engel, tell this to Easy and Nick who pushed the outrage. Can we confirm on that, Spenny?
Oh, Nick crashed out hard, or not Nick? Easy crashed out hard. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Easy.
Has he read this?
I don't know. But when the pick was, he crashed out the day the pick was made, like on draft day.
Okay.
He made a video. He deleted it though. He said he was embarrassed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said he's embarrassed by it.
Why?
He doesn't not like TeSlaa. He didn't like giving up 2/3.
Well, can you ask him on the show today?
I will. Yeah, we'll bring it up for sure.
Yeah, and say, does this kind of change your opinion?
It is better now that we know the information behind it. It does sit a little
well,
bit
what
better.
what did
But
people think?
I wasn't tripping anyway. But
yeah, but what did people see? This is where curse of knowledge, D-Mac. This is what I saw. What did people think? It seemed excessive, right?
People see the draft picks, third round, they think, oh, this is a good draft pick. Why are you giving that up for essentially something that's not a need on this team?
Right, but
I'm just saying that's how fans must have felt.
No, but did they think like Brad was like, did they think Jackson was like, hey, give us a third rounder next year and we'll swap with you and move up? And Brad's like, no, let me give you 2 third rounders instead.
Right. Well,
like they think that, right?
Some people may have. Some people, not everybody though, but some people.
Like that's
it's crazy. I know.
Yeah. Anakin Skyoger. Whoa, easy catching strays. It's not a stray. Like it happened. DNC ENT. I get it, Neil. I have no problem with the trade, but there's absolutely nothing saying we were in a bidding war over the same player, or if they were even going wide receiver. DNC ENT. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And just the compensation alone that a team was willing to give a second, that's even better capital as opposed to what we gave up.
And, like, I would imagine that Brad Holmes thought when he looked at the board, because what other move was there? If no one else is willing to trade, you have no other. Yeah. Maybe Jacksonville was in that prime spot. This is what people don't understand about supply and demand, right? It's maybe you slept through economics in high school. I don't know. When you have something that people want, it increases in value.
Absolutely.
And especially if 2 people want something and there's no other supply of it, it's going to increase in value more. You see what we're driving at right here, everybody? So that was my point. Soccer Night Detroit, getting ready to hop on the bus to Chicago. I'm calling for a cup set tonight. Alez, Detroit City. That's awesome. There's going to be a lot of Detroit City fans out there. But yeah. Brad's burner. There's so much that goes on behind the television screen on draft day that fans don't know about. And for them to sit here and act like they know more than I do is absurd. And that's Brad's burner account chiming in. Brad, you might have outed yourself on that one. I don't know. You may want to delete that one or retract it. AC, sell me this pen. No doubt. I'll sell you Planet Fitness, by the way, and I don't have to sell you because $24.99 a month gets you access to every Planet Fitness in the world. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. I'll never be a member at another gym. That's the highest recommendation I can give you. I'll never be a member at another gym. As long as Planet Fitness is here, they have everything I need. It's $24.99 a month. That's it. That's all. They're all over the place, and everything is clean. They have the latest equipment. They're changing out equipment they didn't even need to change out, but they're doing it anyway because that's the way that it works. An army of cardio equipment, tons of weights, stretch zones, plyometrics, everything, guys. 30-minute circuits if you're pressed for time. All of it is right there for you. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball's gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
All right, keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Got a lot of Lion stuff to get to here today. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Matthew Agerstrand. No fear, Coach Gump is here. Can I call in the show from Oklahoma? I got a question for Neil.
Okay.
You know what? I don't usually do this.
Uh-oh.
Can we drop the studio number in the chat, Spenny?
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, here's the deal. We'll do it. Every now and then I like to do this, D-Mac. We're going to do it. We'll drop the number up there, and Matt, you call in. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Matt. If you suck, we're going to hang up.
He's going to give me the look, and I'm going to press that button.
That's it. All right, Matt? So
Numbers in the chat.
You sold it. We'll do it. You got a question for me. We can definitely do it. We can definitely do it. Mark Royal, TeSlaa better play a big part of this year's team.
Or what? Or what?
Well, let's define a big part for a third receiver. 40 catches?
He's not even third. Tim Patrick's the third. He'll be fourth.
Right. And then next year, he'll be the third.
Yeah.
Neil, I gotta ask, is this distracting? Like, I know you're a professional and you are.
I forgot it was there.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah, I forgot it was there.
He wants to forget.
Jay Washington, is his question really worth it? I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We're waiting.
Line's open right now.
Yeah, the line is open. In the meantime, Mike Putnam, it's always laughable how many football fans are experts about players who have yet to step foot on an NFL field. Right, Tony Mandarich, Johnny Manziel, none of you know anything yet. Super Bowl, start the excuses now. Is that not the depth chart? What don't we get?
This was a
fucking
long-term
stupid.
move.
They're stupid.
What don't we get? There are no starting spots left. Maybe a guard spot.
But Neil, you gotta cut them some slack. Those two third-round picks next year were gonna play a huge role on this team this year. It's so
clearly.
Fuck.
Spenny, I'm sorry.
I can't understand how stupid that is.
D-Mac, remember when you guys were winning 4 cups? The importance of that first-round draft pick. Remember that? You were just waiting for 2 years for them to come in. And
2 years back in our day, you never play. It took you 5 years.
Remember that though? How important that was in the Brendan Shanahan trade. Remember those draft picks you guys traded? So pivotal, man, because you had all those roles up for grabs on that team, dude.
Right, championship teams are just plugging and playing. You need specifics. Like right now, your number one is going to get. You nailed it. You always do. Instead of having to backload and have to go pay $4 or $5 million for a guy, and you can draft him and get him on a rookie deal.
$900,000 a year.
That you feel can be impactful enough. Now, proof's in the pudding. We got to wait and see. But I trust. I mean, to me, it's just the ones they lie. Right, and Holmes you trust. Yeah, I do, except you got all these Maz caveats, the stipulations to fandom and how to cheer GM. I mean, I don't know. Like, pretty clear explanation to the questions asked. So I mean, it's just like, that's where a lot of fandom has gotten. It's just noise. Because what are you making noise about? You either trust the man and what he's doing and putting this piece together that we're closer, 15-win team.
Does that change it for you when literally you see him print from Michael Silver, who's going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a writer?
It makes like, instead of assuming or going, this is probably the way that it went, now you're getting proof.
Right.
Like, you're getting absolute proof that it is. So, I mean, what do we say? With new information, you're allowed to change your opinion. Only smart people do that. Dumb people don't.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go to the phones. As a matter,
which one are you on the phone?
We have Coach Gump on the phone.
Send your top fives in.
Live from Oklahoma, I believe. Coach Gump, how are you? What's up? Thanks for calling Big D Energy.
How you doing, Neil? I'm in my truck in Oklahoma. How you doing, brother? Hey, listen up. I'm getting upset about everybody ditching on Goff, and I keep on trying to tell him, hey, he's going to climb that ladder with those two guards they drafted. He's going to climb the ladder, and it's going to be air raid Lions, straight up. And everybody's getting mad at me. Smitty on the Fantasy Football Show did some hating on me and stuff about this, and I'm not agreeing that freaking Shador and these other quarterbacks, these rookies, are better than Goff. They're giving so much hate out here. I can't take it, Neil. Give us some loving over here on Mr. Brother Goff and how he's going to climb that ladder. I think he's got great potential. I think he can run this doggone NFL like freaking Tom Brady. What do you say about that, Neil?
All right, thanks, Coach Gump. Appreciate you, man. Good looking, Oklahoma. No, what I don't understand is, and you know, Coach Gump was talking about it. I don't understand how Jared Goff could ever catch slander on a fantasy football show. Second in the league in yards, fourth in touchdowns last year. Second in the league in yards, fourth in touchdowns 2 years ago. Like, they're pound for pound, like numbers wise, there aren't many better, if any at all.
Facts.
Like, that's what it is. Like, I don't get it. Like, Coach Gump, the whole Goff thing, and I relapse from time to time, and I've heard it around town. I still think, KG and D-Mac, that deep down, even the reformed Goffist, when deep down in their heart, they don't believe. They don't believe. Honest to God.
Ask Spenny.
I believe the Lions will win a Super Bowl. I believe Jared Goff will win a Super Bowl with the Lions. It's also Jared Goff's fault that we lost in the playoffs last year. 100%.
Both things can be true.
Both things can be true. Mm-hmm. He needs to be better than that. He can't throw 4 interceptions in the playoffs. He can't.
Right, but you do have a track record of him doing it, though, too, where it was Jared Goff's fault we were in the NFC Championship.
I mean, we don't have a track record of him winning Super Bowls.
No, I'm saying, though, of playoff success.
Of playoff success, yes. Of winning playoff games, yes.
Okay.
He has shown he can do that. He's got to go win a Super Bowl. I believe he will.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Spenny is reformed. He's
okay.
fully reformed.
Yeah, I believe Spenny because he's been consistent. Once Spenny said, "Okay, I'm in," he's been in.
No, I believe he'll win a Super Bowl.
He got rid of his skinhead tats. He's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That massage chair is working wonders on everybody.
I'm telling you, that thing is a miracle.
Changing your perspective. Look at your demeanor, Spencer.
Yep. Help my posture. I'm gonna be standing straight up after a couple weeks of that thing. I'm gonna gain a couple.
Only help your gym work.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the reviews in the chat of Coach Gump calling from Oklahoma. Cody Engel, elite caller. DNCENT disagrees. It's time, Neil. Click the button. AC, Coach came through with the great energy. MPWMU, Neil is stoking his trigger finger right now. DNCENT, but what was the question, though? Fletch lives daily.
Yeah, he didn't ask a question.
Fletch lives daily. That's what we waited for. Anakin Sky Ogre. Guy sounds like an advertisement.
He had a very good speaking voice.
He did. Joe is this stick's dad.
I thought it was a cousin.
Mark Royal is this stick.
Right. Is that you?
I don't know. And Coach Gump, you brought energy, man.
Yeah.
If you do that, that's enough for me. For real.
No, Neil gave me the look after you were done speaking.
Yeah, after you were done speaking. Because, like, if you don't, the line still comes through the audio.
Of course.
So, you know, it's one of those things.
No.
All right, can we go to the chat poll on it? Should we allow Coach Gump calls? Yes or no? I'll let the people decide. I don't have a problem with it.
You could have done worse.
Yeah, 100%. Like, the reason, and just to back it up, D-Mac, we've been over
I'm
this.
in for Coach Gump calls.
Yeah, okay. So, but you have my stamp of approval, D-Mac's stamp of approval. But, like, for me, callers generally are bad.
Yeah, big facts.
Generally.
Big facts.
Majority of the time.
I love y'all, but yeah, some of y'all...
They're bad. And that's why I don't typically like to do them. Now, if we were a post-game show, like a live reaction type thing,
right,
then they have a place. But in a general, like, day-to-day talk show, to me, generally, callers drive down the energy of the show, and they're not worth the hassle of doing it.
Yeah, they just make you mad.
So I'm curious to see where we go with this. Coach Gump off to a good start, 70%.
Okay.
All right.
Very mixed reviews in the chat, but good.
Well,
good in the polls though.
You're good in the polls, and
Yeah.
as we've learned, that's what matters.
Yeah.
So once you're in the privacy of the voting booth, man, like it, you know, you do what you
Electoral
do.
college, baby.
70% holding strong. Sean Hart, top 3 quarterback, and people cry about him. I'll never understand it either, but that's a different show for a different time. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about jars.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about jars. If I can find jars. Here's jars. All right, Woodward sports fans, whether you're hitting a game or simply just chilling, Jars Cannabis, they got you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got over 30 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way, 9 locations right in Metro Detroit. So there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way. Go to jarscannabis.com to see where you can get your favorite product today. And check out the DMAC brand of jars today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on the screen above my head. Use a promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. That way, when you make your first bet, if you happen to lose it, you'll get it all back as a free bonus bet. It's almost like a do-over, everyone. Up to $1,000 on your free bet. Just use a promo code Woodward1000. Make your first deposit, then make your very first bet as a new Caesars customer. And right then and there, if you do lose, you'll get your bet back as a free bonus bet. So again, it's Caesars, man. You know they're legit. You know they're one of the OGs of the sports betting game. You know the app is clean, flawless, easy to navigate. All of that. It's Caesars, everybody. What do we talk about? The official sports book of Woodward Sports. All right, we are back at it. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty in the fold. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the massage chair from the Massage Chair House. We have young Justin in the building as well. All of you. Shout out to Coach Gump calling in from Oklahoma. And we put it out there to the poll. Should we let Coach Gump call in? 71% of you say yes. That's good enough for me.
Hey.
So, Coach Gump, just do this, man. When you got something to say, just drop it in the chat, and we'll let it roll.
Shout out Coach Gump.
Shout out Coach Gump. Shad216, at least it's not Rod. Coach Gump and Rod.
Super Racide.
Super Racide.
Can't do Racide, man.
No, Super Racide always has an open line, too.
He wants Tom Brady to buy the Lions. So, like, we not doing
And I'm here for it. Like, I love that. D-Mac, I'll make this an executive decision. Are you good with Super Racide calling in as well?
Whatever you want.
The
Neil.
guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally calls a lot of radio stations.
I know.
Used to work at 9 10 a.m. and he will call there too, constantly.
Good. Super Racide. I know you're out there. Call in anytime.
Yeah, this your man, Super Racide.
Super Racide. John Hughes in the chat. The cancer Pickens for a third. Yes. But good hustle, though, by the Steelers real quick. They essentially got DK Metcalf for George Pickens.
Cool.
And a couple of pick swaps.
Cool. It's an upgrade.
They traded a second. They got back a third. And I forget what the other one. They traded a fourth and got a sixth or fifth, whatever it was. They got a sixth.
Yeah,
so
definite upgrade.
So there you have it. So good on Pittsburgh. Can't wait till Aaron Rodgers get there. He'll definitely be the one that takes it over.
I can't wait for George Pickens to argue with Dak too. It's gonna be great.
Steve O'Baby. Neil, I'd rather hear Brandon Katz call or Super Racide. I almost fell asleep hearing Gump. Rick Rolled, Southwest Egg Rolls, the best appetizer as well. No, Mike G, I'm not doing that one. No,
Yeah.
no 97.1 stuff, Mike G.
Although that guy, don't get me started on him. But
I'll say it.
we know you will.
Love is real. Spenny, I'll direct this one to you. Neil, how many of the rookie quarterbacks are better than Hendon Hooker right now?
At least 2.
You think so?
Yeah, I would say Cam Ward and Jackson Dart are for sure.
I don't know.
I would take Hendon Hooker over Jackson Dart.
I'm not big on Jackson. That's where you and I kind of
Yeah.
veer off from each other there. I'm not seeing it. I haven't seen it. And I watched him a couple of times to see it and never saw it.
Never saw it.
So, I'll see that. All right, this one here. Mike Payton. What publication is Mike Payton with again?
A to Z Sports.
A to Z Sports. That's what it was. And this is a close cousin, D-Mac, to what we talked about a couple minutes ago. And I love this one. Quote, is Brad Holmes getting too cocky? Which, A, makes me laugh.
Right.
Right there, just right off the rip. So, and I guess, Spenny, and the basis is this, right? Is he getting too cocky? And I would imagine that comes from the TeSlaa move to some degree.
The way reporters don't like the way he talks to them.
Yeah. Especially when
Where
you
he
bring
acts
up,
like he's smarter than them and he knows more about football than them.
But he
does.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
That's
For
why
sure.
he's paid to do it.
Does he speak with tone?
He does.
Yeah,
When you bring up pass
it's
rusher, he
confidence. It's a different, like it's this confidence, and it screams out of. To me, it's not just. It's the combination of all that front office. It's got Dan in there and Spielman in there and whatever like that. So he acts as tough as his crew, right? So to me, it's a confidence more than anything of when he talks, and he's an excitable guy. Right, he's an emotional guy. We've seen it with his celebrations. We've seen him, post game and stuff like that. And I just think he vibes it. I think they all do. I think that why him and Dan Campbell work so well together is because they're both emotional guys, but they feed off each other, and it seems that they can yin and yang when it's needed. Or is that when Spielman comes in to show them all? Like, it's an excitable front office, an excitable coaching staff, but it's more confidence than it is cocky to me. I mean, were we cocky back in the day when we were winning championships and walking around? We were good.
Yeah.
We were confident. Yeah, but well, if that's cocky, then that's it. So be it. I like the tone of my GM because he backs it up. He goes out and does the work. Like all these guys, like they put in the work, and so to me, Neil, it's more of the pack mentality than it is him just being an individual.
Woodward Sports chat thread, DNCENT. I mean, we can be honest. Brad's a dickhead, but he's our dickhead,
Exactly.
and I don't think it is.
I don't think
I don't
think he's a dickhead.
If you ask him a question, he'll answer it.
See, I use dickhead in a playful way.
Like
so
Belichick's a dickhead.
Yeah, like
No, I mean the way the like certain coaches, the way Babcock, dickhead.
yeah,
Like the way that they communicate. You know what I'm saying?
classify them as assholes, but that's different. It just whatever you want to classify it as. But dickhead can be
Is so let's go GM's right? Like Steve Eiserman's got tone,
yeah.
but his tone's a little bit more searing than Brad. Like, right? Like when you're talking about GMs, like Brad's more open than Steve is.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
Steve's more of a dick, isn't he? Like this, the way that he reacts or the way that he comes off. He comes off like.
I would
Doesn't
say
he come
Stevie's
off
more
like
of a dick than Brad.
more unapproachable, more of this is my plan, and yeah, I have everything else, but I have the secret. Where Holmes is more of like the we. Like, don't you get that vibe?
Yeah, no, I do, D-Mac, but see, here's the issue. Writers are soft.
Oh,
that's
there
Like
you
by
go.
nature.
Big fact.
They are soft. Soft as can be. And they, what do they always say? Like, nobody ever answers questions. The press conferences are kind of pointless. Nobody has an answer. Then somebody comes along that answers your question. And then you don't like the answer. Like, what is Brad Holmes supposed to do?
He's transparent.
What is Steve Yzerman supposed to do? Like, I appreciate the authenticity to
Who's
it.
more transparent, Steve Yzerman?
I think
or
they're
Brad
both.
Holmes?
I think they're both
Brad
similar.
Holmes for sure.
I think Yzerman's more
Yeah,
transparent.
I
when
think
he
so. They're
talks.
very
What are
similar.
you talking about? You ask him about Costa. You ask him about the trade deadline and stuff. He gives you an honest answer. Like Brad, you find these things out. What did we just find out through third party is how a trade goes down and how he cooks. He's not out here telling you how he cooks. Or ask him the question of how did that trade come about? Oh, well, you know what, there was this and that. No, that's for somebody else to do.
Correct.
You ask Steve Yzerman straight questions like you did at the press conference. You don't like his answers, that's on you. But the man answers the questions. Like Brad, because of more, like the stories told from around.
Right.
But you nailed it. Everybody's soft.
But
I think about that too, because back in the day, like Scotty Bowman, the way that he raised all of us and treated people differently was what, like, mental abuse. Like it would be today, but you know, you wouldn't change it for a thing. You wouldn't change it for a thing. Like toughen up a little bit.
But
Like everybody's so fucking soft.
Is Steve Yzerman
Soft,
have to be more
SAWFT.
open because he doesn't have the track record that Brad Holmes has and the sustained success? I think that might be a reason why Steve Yzerman feels like he has to answer those questions and can't just give those.
Well,
like,
Justin, he's had success in the role before. He's had success in the game.
I understand.
Like, there is a like you say, he doesn't have the track record. I would say when you look at the entirety of his resume, there is a track record.
I think
as a Red Wing,
I like what you're saying though, because when you don't win, you need to explain a little bit more.
Yeah.
When you win, you don't need to explain. So
Right.
like Brad has that option more than I guess Steve does, but Steve Yzerman's always been that way. When you ask him questions, it's just nailing him down to get him to answer questions.
Yes.
You don't see that as often, right?
Burn in the super chat. I don't care if Brad calls the media a bunch of idiots, flips them the bird, throws trash at the fans from the Rensen. If we get the ring, who cares? Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve DeYoung. Neil, have reporters forgotten about how the fat pirate used to talk to them? Sit up straight and respect my process. Fat Trisha after a loss.
Right.
Lest we forget.
Right. Fix your posture.
Fix your... Yeah, exactly.
Team 4 and fucking 12. Fix your posture.
Brad's burner. Stop asking me stupid questions. So Brad's burner has weighed in. It's good to see Brad Holmes spend a lot of time here in the Woodward Sports chat thread.
He's been
by the
active
way.
lately. Yeah.
No doubt. He certainly has. Spenny, can we chat poll that?
Yeah.
Stevie or Brad? Mike G, but Stevie can be more of a dick because he's bulletproof like Harbaugh was. Favorite son mode on both sides. See, again, Mike G, like, I think we all have forgotten that he has done this before.
Too blowed. Mess that first one up.
What's that?
Just
No.
don't mind that first poll.
Oh, okay. Skydog722, Neil, do writers ever like the answer they get? I think they want to hear Brad agree with them. No, Skydog, there's 100% some of that too. Like a lot of times writers, not all writers, but there are some.
Yeah.
There are some. And if you're upset by someone saying that, you're probably one, but there are some out there that I think do want that confirmation bias because they want to show you how writers always want to show you how much they know.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
just like when they ask Stevie, do you regret that trade? What am I supposed to say? Yes?
Yeah, right.
Well, what do you expect me to say?
Right, exactly. You know, but it's on there on the chat poll. We
Should
would
play
like
it
to
to
see.
the media,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the fan base.
Peaceful Tim. Mike Payton seems to write these wild articles and then tries to sneak out of the scene like a victim. Not his first rodeo. No, but like I just It's such an absurd question.
That is more to the media these days and everything across the board.
Well, they throw the hand
more
grenade in and
throwing
then
it,
walk
and
away.
then victim. When it comes in, it's victim mentality. More
Yeah.
so, yeah, not all, but that's why. That's why. Don't tell me what. Tell me who. Who said it? Do you respect that person? If you don't respect that person's opinion, why do you give a shit? It's pretty simple, Neil.
Woodward Sports chat thread, WeezyD313. Steve's definitely more of a dick. He hasn't done anything as a GM here, riding high off Tampa Bay. See, and that's where I also get off the highway. Maybe it didn't happen or it isn't happening to your timeline. But you cannot say, without a shadow of a doubt, the team he inherited versus the team they are now, they are far better now than they were. Can we all agree on that or no?
Yes, no doubt.
So he has improved the team since he's been here.
Yes.
So I think what you need to do is kind of drill down on what he hasn't done anything since he was here. I would say taking them from 41 points or whatever it was they had with Philippe Zadina, your number one prospect. I would say he has improved the team, WeezyD313. I know it feels good to say that and it's fun or whatever, but it's not correct. It's not correct. Maybe it hasn't happened to your timeline, but you cannot deny that Steve Yzerman has improved the Red Wings since the day he got here. If you don't think that, you're lying to yourself or you're lying to us.
Almost 2 years ago, you would come on this show and complain that they couldn't win a face-off.
Right.
That's the point
Yeah,
that we were at.
now you can't kill a penalty.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Right.
Now we moved on. We moved on to something. Wow, Woodward Sports Chapel. Who's more of a dick? Stevie, 77%, Brad, 23%. And that's just the win thing. Like, they haven't made the playoffs yet. And, I think that's what it is.
Depth just doesn't magically, appear out of thin air, though. Like, they need the time to actually draft the depth. Like, that's what we're missing right now is the depth. Like, we're playing a fourth line that is awful.
Yeah, and look, like, we've been through this before. Like the Red Wings thing, with when you really look at it objectively of what he walked into, there's not a person that can deny what he walked into. So again, and like everything, what's everybody critical of with the man? What's the main complaint about Yzerman?
Mostly the free agent signings.
Okay, but there are evidence of successes.
Yes,
I would say they got a lot of water out of Patrick Kane.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the price.
For right now, he's hitting at about a 50% clip. I mean, Kopp and Kane were both good signings. No one will ever convince me differently on the Kopp signing.
Tarasenko's terrible.
Tarasenko's terrible.
So is Gustafsson.
Hull is terrible. Gustafsson's not making anything, though. Gustafsson's making like $2.5 million.
Still terrible.
Yeah.
And
Husso was terrible. Comfort was terrible.
Hopper wasn't terrible.
I liked Perron.
I like Perron. I like Sherrod if he's on your third pairing, and Gostisbehere was good.
He brought in Oli Mata. Everyone was complaining about him. He ended up flipping him for a third-round draft pick last season.
Yep.
Yeah.
50% clip. It's not great, but it's got to be better, though. Especially if you're trying to bridge this team with enough depth for them to make the playoffs.
Mike G. Stevie didn't ship out Ghost. Ghost left in free agency. There's a big difference.
Shipped him out. See, like that, and Mike G, like that's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. That's exact. Like that's not rooted in reality, bro.
Yeah.
It's not.
Mike G, my guy, though. But I understand.
It's just not rooted in reality.
He always brings that up, and it's just not true. Stevie got rid of Ghost. No, he didn't. Ghost left in free agency. What did you want him to do? Bag on his hands and knees?
Joe says Comfer was a god-awful signing, D-Mac.
Played better.
I wouldn't say god-awful.
Got here. If you look back and tell me you didn't watch without watching when Kopp went down because of the way that they just had no luxury to replace because that's when they were cooking. And yes, underachieved. I think he'll agree with that. But he was awful at the beginning. He got better. Just same with like Gustafsson till he got hurt. He was a new guy once McClellan came in there. So
was it Comfer a 20-goal guy last year? Not this past year, but the year before. He was up there. I
believe so.
Goal.
I don't think 20.
He's the whole Javi Baez theory where
19.
He's a good fourth line center if he's there, and you have Casper and Kopp as your second and third line center, but he's going to be overpaid, and he's going to underperform.
19 goals, a career high for him last year. So I kind of side with you on that, D. Like, it wasn't off. Like, because you're thinking JT Compher as 2C. Like, that's
He was 2C on the Avs, yeah.
But that's what people are
That's what
comparing.
And I
here to
think
be.
it's more of a 3, because he's supposed like he's one of the guys where you look at it and go, your PK was 3rd worst in the league, bro. That's one of your assets. You're supposed to be that guy.
But anyway, I mean, obviously that's getting kind of granular. He wins faceoffs at a 45% clip, so it's not like that's great or anything. But whatever. All right, let's take the break. Top 5 Wednesday, top 5 appetizers. I'm excited for this list. It's going to be good. Tell them about the socials.
I will tell them about socials, because if you want the best social media coverage in the state when it comes to Detroit sports, all you got to do is follow Woodward Sports. YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, or Twitch. Make sure you tap in Woodward Sports on all social media platforms.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone! Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared out for the summer. Going to be going to a lot of Tigers games this summer. Get your Woodward Tigers gear. Get the F them picks. Get the boo them kids. Get ready for football season. That'll be here before you know it as well. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, hour number 2. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. And, of course, we also have young Justin in the building. Brad's burner. Losing a hoodie is the worst part of a breakup.
Stick.
It depends on the hoodie, but yes.
Stick.
That's tough.
That's a great video.
That would be tough. A lot of people firing away right now. Their top 5 app list. You guys ready to rock?
Yeah, we don't have KGs yet.
Oh, we don't?
It is sent in, though. I sent it in late, but it is sent in.
We could go till 12:10 and then take a break.
All right, you want to do it that way then?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Tigers will play tonight. The doubleheader that was scheduled for today will be moved tomorrow. The weather is still bad there in Denver, and they're going to do that. They're going to play 2 tomorrow, which
Wait, what?
Sucks.
Yeah. 8:20.
They were originally going to have a doubleheader today.
Yeah.
So the weather's still bad. It's supposed to clear up around dinner time, though. So they're going to play the night game tonight, and then they're going to play the doubleheader tomorrow.
That's weird.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Well, it sucks too. D-Mac, could you imagine on a getaway, and you got to play a doubleheader on a getaway day?
It's part of baseball. Wonder what they're doing for the 2 days that they're off.
Hey,
Wouldn't
tap
be
in on my
Denver.
bet.
Yeah.
Tigers to lead the league in runs today, plus 1,300.
What's that temperature going to be like out there? You taking that into account, young Justin? It ain't summertime.
I did yesterday, but I did not today. Hold on, let me check.
I see you're all riled up and all fired up. So
Ooh. Maybe not. It's going to be 50. So
Not bad.
let's be tough. High wind gusts. If the gusts are going out, I will still take it. But
you haven't looked into that? Which way does a field face?
That's
there?
what I need.
Which way is the wind
I
blowing?
need to figure out where the
I thought
field
you said you were
faces.
serious about this, man.
I am serious.
He's a little directionally challenged. Yesterday he said he has to go back up to Kalamazoo
It's
in the fall.
northwest, brother.
Dude,
oh
look
my
at the
Lord.
map. Kalamazoo is southwest, technically, of Detroit. Who
cares?
And especially in Birmingham right now, it is not north at all. You have to go
That's what I
all
see
the
as
way
speed.
around the globe.
Whatever. We won a natty. I don't care.
Facts.
Right. Flash the ring. Kiss the ring.
No, absolutely. So we will do top 5 coming up in about 5 minutes or so. KG wasn't ready, so blame it on KG.
Yeah, I'll hold that.
Okay.
No, I wasn't ready.
Brad's burner, screw an appetizer. Just bring me a porterhouse. D-Mac, you'll be tapped into the game tonight, Tigers?
No, I'll be at AEW.
Yeah, shout out.
Where's
with
that? Is
both
that-
ways.
is that Detroit?
Masonic.
Yeah,
Down
Masonic
in
Temple.
Masonic Temple.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah.
They're down to Masonic Temple now?
Yes.
With all due respect to Masonic Temple, I'm talking about like the grand scheme of wrestling.
Yeah. AEW does smaller shows like this in kind of awkward places. But
Are they dying?
No, they're growing actually.
Are they?
Yeah,
I
'cause
feel
they-
like I never hear about it.
Yeah, but they have a TV deal with I believe HBO Max, Amazon Prime. But
It's so good you don't even know who it's with.
Yeah, but their viewership is growing. So
Is it really?
yes,
Okay. I'm uninformed.
it's okay.
Admittedly uninformed, so I'm just because I heard about them all the time,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I don't hear about them anymore.
Well, they're not as big as WWE, of course, but they are the next biggest competitor. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. DNC ENT, some breaking news. The Golden State Warriors are bracing for a multi-game Steph Curry absence.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's tough. It's raps.
Rip my
man.
boy Steph.
It's raps, man.
Neil, the Coors Field faces north, and there will be 8-mile-per-hour winds to the north.
It faces north?
No, like if you're hitting, it's facing north. Like home plate faces like north, so the wind will be at the ball's back. So what do you
Okay.
think about that?
All right. Just in case, no retractable roofs in baseball. D-Mac, I've said that for years. All these stadiums you're building, billion-dollar stadiums, put a roof on them. Like in today's day and age, man, can we put a roof on the stadium?
You would think.
I get it in places like Denver, but I don't like that for places like Baltimore and like places that are in that.
Just put a retractable roof on it.
No, it ruins it.
What do you mean it
You
ruins
can
it?
keep it open. The only time you close it if it rains. Then
Yeah.
you have to do the double headers and stuff.
You can't see the Seattle skyline because of the retractable roof in Seattle.
Miami has one, and
Well,
the whole
what do you
outfield
expect?
wall
It
is
rains
glass.
half the year.
The whole outfield wall is glass. Even when it's raining, you can see the Miami skyline.
Well, then that's a building error in Seattle because I was pretty pissed I couldn't see the skyline because of the retractable roof.
Okay, I don't see what the problem
fair.
is, man. I don't see what the problem.
But
is.
in Denver, I'm with you. They need a roof. When I was there 2 weeks ago, I was literally sitting there in the snow, and it sucked.
Sauceton, who's going to carry Draymond's bozo ass for those games? Dude, Draymond's the reason they won that game.
Yeah.
Like,
Watch a game, bud. Watch a game and then come back and talk.
Spenny, what's been your take on the NBA playoffs so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, they've been fantastic.
Well, no one likes the NBA, I was told.
Yeah, nobody likes
It
the
sucks.
NBA. You see all the underdogs winning, in round 2 to start it off. So that's a good start. Pretty much all of them stealing one on the road. Jokic, I said this yesterday. The two caveats. Obviously, it's going to be tough now if Steph has to miss multiple games. But if Steph Curry wins a championship this year, or in the future, or a championship before he retires, he's going to be in GOAT conversation. Like it'll be Jordan, LeBron, Steph when you talk about the greatest basketball player of all time. And if Jokic wins a championship this year while being the coach as well.
Yeah,
he's
literally dragging the franchise to a championship.
He's a top 5 player in the history of the NBA. Like,
I think he is already.
I think he's top 10. I would say right now, borderline. But yeah,
there's literally nothing he can't do on the basketball floor.
Defend at a high level.
Can't jump 17 inches.
Right, but he'll also 40 points and 10 assists
and 22 rebounds.
So he'll literally create 75 points.
Yeah.
Be directly responsible for it. Like there's nothing he can't do. And can we all agree too? Like the Jordan defense thing was a little because he's Jordan thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was also
but he wasn't locking people down either.
Yeah, it wasn't like that.
So, Uncle Neil Softfeet, Jokic is unbelievable. Jokic Coach of the Year. Kenny, John Hughes, regular season NBA is mid. So so we're going down the checklist now. I see playoffs are fire. You know the checklist, KG.
Yep.
Everybody's doing it. D-Mac, you catch the Oilers last night?
Yes, I did.
They're fun, man.
They are.
The only time I'm rooting for Canada.
Never out of it. And you know what, like hockey's that game and most sports, but you got to lose and go to the brink of disaster like they did, losing in Game 7 to be able to find out what you're made of and come back. And you look at Corey Perry, right? Been in the finals for whatever else, but that was a big movie. Now he's on the top line with Draisaitl and McDavid.
4 consecutive finals appearances, 4 consecutive finals losses for Corey Perry.
Don't they see? That's what my biggest 2 takeaways, right? Like, there's a few, but the things is that the Edmonton, they learned and they look like a different team, and this Toronto team, it's like there's something there. Big game again tonight, but they're going through the gauntlet where the physicality and where teams like in the Ottawa series, and we know how Ottawa plays, but that abrasiveness didn't get them off their game. Now they're playing the Rats and the Panthers that won't go away. So this is like a true test. They're going through the fire and through the gauntlet, but Edmonton too on a different looks like a team that's been there. Like they look like they're not in fear of they've already experienced the worst thing that can ever happen to them is losing in a Game 7 in the finals, being that close. What else we got to lose? And they're playing that way.
It's just I wonder how many times, because they're down 2-0 every game. Every game they ever play, they're down. You can't keep going to that well.
Right, exactly. They got to that's the only well that they can't keep going to as far as that, because that'll start catching up with you. But they, it's almost you see a different team. They get down 2 and they get more comfortable.
Just beat Vegas, please.
Spenny, you hate Las Vegas.
I hate Vegas. Yeah, they're a bunch of all the shit they did with Stone and like teetering the line. Like I can't hate them for it because they found the loophole to keep them out, but still be ready for the playoffs. And like they did that so many times. It's just scumbag shit. And they just come in and they're like, "Oh, we're good. We're gonna win the cup." Winners. Yeah, fuck that. Dude.
No, it's Spenny. It's also too the new girlfriend, because you look at like for whatever reason, right? Is that Detroit always gets the bottom of the shoe.
Yeah.
And Vegas is Bettman's new girlfriend, and he set her up, with the draft lottery, and they were able to win early. I mean, it's business. I mean, you understand the why, because you build in the sport where the gambling is the most, and stuff like that. But yeah, makes you cheer against them even more.
For sure.
What I thought was interesting was after Game 1 of Panthers-Leafs, Brady to Chuck trying to go after Marner. And he seemed like I've never seen. I met Matthew Tkachuk. Him kind of lose his cool like that after Game 1. He's trying to take cheap shots at Marner. I get that that's what he's known for, but that's a level of level-headedness I expect more from the Panthers that they didn't have against the Leafs. So I wonder if Samsonov being out with a concussion is kind of detrimental to them.
Yeah, I expect the Rats to be ratting tonight a little bit more, and that's the Tkachuk, Marchand.
Am I crazy that I think if Toronto wins, they're going to win the series? Like I legit think they're playing for the series tonight, and I think if Florida wins tonight, I think they're going to win the series.
I think it's fair.
Yeah,
I honestly believe
that's fair. That's fair to say that. Like usually, Game 2 in this series, whatever like this, with the road team, the home team taking Game 1. This is the. This would not get out of hand, but this one's going to be extra spicy.
Just so you guys know, early NHL playoff ratings were down 27%.
Not surprising.
There wasn't
Why?
a lot of like marketing about the playoffs going on.
No.
I didn't even know they started.
Yeah.
We talked about this like a week ago. I didn't even know they had started.
Yeah.
I turned it on Easter. I turned it on. I'm like,
Right.
oh, there's a hockey. Oh, the playoffs started.
Yeah, they haven't marketed it at all.
I mean, they had 2 back-to-back Game 7s in the first round and didn't really promote those enough, even though, like, you know, one of them was a Canadian team.
And the product is also awful. A lot of the broadcasts have been remote broadcasts. They haven't even been in person to call the games.
For the NHL playoffs?
Game 7s. Multiple of the Game 7s had remote broadcasts. I believe TNT.
Just send it to the booth in Atlanta.
Yeah.
To Biz, Anson, Gretz, you know, Henrik.
Wow, I
That's
didn't know
nuts.
that.
Yeah. No, there's a serious issue with the NHL's broadcasting. There's a lot of guys who are not great on the mic, and then there's a lot of issues with the broadcasts.
Well, here's an idea. Get some people that are good on the microphone.
Yeah.
I know it's a crazy theory.
But then you can't hire your friends if you do that.
Oh yeah.
That's weird. But yeah, first 3 days of the NHL postseason, Stanley Cup playoff games averaged 718,000 viewers. That's 27% drop from the previous year. Caitlin Clark's preseason game, 1.05 million viewers.
God damn.
For a WNBA preseason game.
God damn.
That's gross.
D-Mac, you got to talk to your people over at the NHL, man. Tell them to get you and I to do one of these games.
That'll
All right.
bring the ratings back.
There you go.
I'll get this
That
thing
bring it
going.
in.
All right, do we have the
You
top
should.
fives?
Yep,
we take the
top
break? All
fives
right,
are
let's
in,
go.
yep.
Let's take the break. When we come back, top 5 appetizers. How about Mark White?
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. You can save up to $5,000 your closing costs. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. Mark White will get you into your dream home today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
For sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo.
Ah.
You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Guys, let's be honest. We like things simple, like Gimmy's on the golf course. So what else is simpler for your hair than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men? You walk in, you sit down, you relax, and bing, bang, boom, looking good as new. Open 7 days a week, 10 day, walking anytime. Why? It's wicked awesome.
All right, we're back at it, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got the squad here as well. We have all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, Soccer Night in Detroit, the Toronto effect. That is funny. I am curious about that, though. We'll get into that maybe tomorrow. Just like, what's the deal with hockey? You have the best player on the planet. Like, literally one of the most entertaining. You can say what you want about Edmonton and say what you want about Connor McDavid. They're entertaining as hell to watch. And that's how I operate, D-Mac. Like, when I'm going to watch games, like I'm going to put the time in to watch the game, I'm going to watch somebody that has an appealing style to me.
100%.
It's what I do with soccer with Liverpool. Liverpool's an electric factory.
Yeah.
They can be down 3-1 and win. They can be up 3-1 and lose. Literally anything can happen. Edmonton's the same way. Like, it's fun. That's fun to me. I like pressure. I like tempo. I like things moving quickly. So, I don't get it, man. Like, they gotta do something. Freddie Felt 313. Neil, I've been an NBA hater for several years, but these playoffs have been electric. The excitement and buzz for hoops is now the highest it's been for me in decades. Well, good on the Pistons, man, for bringing some NBA fans back.
Big facts.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
Hold on, Stick Radio in the chat. Chips and salsa is goated.
Well, we gonna see,
Yeah.
aren't we? We gonna see. Nicholas Duncan, Canada needs to free themselves from Britain. America can help because we have experience at that. We did that on the show a long time ago. That whole bit. Get the queen off your money. Like, get your own money, Canada. All right, just put like a forest on there.
Right.
You know.
Call it a day.
Call it.
Well, half of Canada wants to be English, the other half wants to be French, so they can't even decide.
They can't even decide what they want, no doubt. All right, you guys ready to rock?
Why not?
Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 appetizers.
Top five.
Why is it a top 5 list, Benny?
Why are they licking the boots of the patriarchs, dude? Get the queen off your money. Sorry. Because half as boring as top 10 list.
There you go. Absolutely. Spencer Raxter, you hitting leadoff?
Sure thing.
Your top 5 appetizers.
All right, top 5 appetizers. At number 5, I got Saganaki. Give me Saganaki all day,
yes.
every day. The Opa. You get a show and some cheese.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking
It is
about?
the best of both worlds.
I grew to hate Saganagi because I've worked in a Greek Coney Island. That was one of
That's
my
fair.
first jobs. I had to smell it every day. The shit is nauseating.
Love Saganaki. Give me the Opa. Give me the chick. Give me all that stuff. Number 4, Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. Elite.
Yes.
Elite
Yeah,
stuff.
those are good.
They are top tier.
See, you went name brands.
I did.
Texas
I went
Roll House
specific.
Rolls.
I went specific.
Well, Stick says, too, like in the chat, and 90% of the time, chips and salsa are free. The Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Always free. 100% of the
But
time.
they're better than chips and salsa.
And number
they are.
3, I got steak bites.
It's
Whether
rock
you're at a
solid.
strip club,
Solid.
whether
Yes.
you're at a bar and
Yes.
grill, where they normally come with the pita breads.
Yes.
Give me some steak bites.
And you know what else? You can have them as an app,
Yeah.
or you can have
Or
them
as
like
a
as a
meal.
meal.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
A lot of
Absolutely.
versatility. Brad Holmes would like steak bites.
Brad Holmes would love steak bites. And number 2, Texas Roadhouse rolls
Goated.
with that cinnamon and butter. or
Goated.
whatever. I don't know what that shit is, but it is money, dude.
Goated.
I would go in there and just eat a pack of the rolls.
Yeah,
and not
like,
even get a steak.
I've literally just bought rolls from Texas Roll House.
Yeah.
I've gotten steaks like from the grocery store and like stopped and got
got the
rolls
rolls,
Yeah,
and
they
dipped.
They are elite. And then
Like, fuck y'all steak, but the rolls, the
and
rolls
number
all
1,
day long.
I have, as an Italian man, part Italian man, they are better than ravioli. The best stuffed pastry, puff pastry in the game, crab rangoons, just
My wife loves them.
absolutely elite stuff. I've never had a crab rangoon I didn't like.
Spencer Raxter's
None
list.
of those are on my list, but I am all for all of those.
Bingo. Like Spencer Raxter makes. You can count on the stability of a Spencer Raxter top 5 list.
Yeah, you can.
Is it the sexiest? No. But is it pound for pound? Who says no to any of that? Nobody.
You don't.
Nobody.
Except the Saganagi, but that's it.
Stick Radio, Coliseum steak bites were elite with the heavyweights.
Facts.
Remember that,
Steak
man?
bites at the
it's a great
Coliseum.
time.
Remember the heavyweights at the
It's a
Coliseum?
great time.
That doesn't get the it's the Jokic of broadcasting in the city.
Yep. Didn't get the shine it deserved.
Rock solid, Spenny. Rock now.
Thank you.
Rock solid. Young Justin, number 2, around the room. Your top 5 appetizer list.
And this is the never beating the allegations list because it's just not going to happen today. But number 5,
Steak
honorable mention
tartare.
to bread.
That's crazy.
Just in general, the Texas Roadhouse rolls and just any appetizer of bread. It's a classic. But number 5, Bang Bang Shrimp. I like spicy food, and when you just get a nice, easy piece of shrimp before a meal, I like that. Burrata Caprese.
What is that?
It is an Italian cheese on top of sliced tomatoes and balsamic vinegar. It's
Just caprese.
yeah, it's just caprese, but I like it with a specific type of cheese instead of mozzarella.
Okay.
Right. Oh,
Cheese instead
okay.
of mozzarella.
Yeah, I prefer burrata. Number 3, pigs in a blanket. I mean, this is a staple.
Yeah.
Versatile. You can have it as an appetizer.
eat a
You can have it
fucking
as a
100 of
side. Yeah, and especially the Trader Joe's ones with the cheese on the outside. Those are my favorite. Number 2,
From the Trader Joe's.
Yeah, can't eat the Great Value pigs in a blanket in the Satawa household.
the giant pretzel with queso or mustard.
That's solid.
I always get that. It is my go-to at almost every restaurant.
Shout out Coonan, they got
I'm
a
an
good one.
absolute sucker for it.
Things like the size of a
And then
pizza.
number 1, I tried to make Neil guess this yesterday, just out of my own humor, and he knew that he should have guessed it. It was so on brand.
I'm surprised bone marrow's not on the list.
See, that's my dad's favorite.
Caviar.
But I don't like caviar.
I've never had caviar.
And
Okay.
Bone marrow's solid, but
Fucking
not
delicious.
deserving of this list. But nothing better than some steak, some avocado, and some egg. That's just, there's my list.
All right, you done?
Yep.
Okay, Chase, your top 5 at
He didn't
Birmingham.
No
Get it.
follow-up.
Yeah.
This is just a nod.
Yeah, it's very 248 of you. All right, Chase, your top 5
I
appetizers.
told you I wasn't beating the allegations.
My
No, you
top
weren't.
5 appetizers. I'm in a little bubble with food, and I don't really step out of this little comfort zone. So I have tortilla chips, just the chips. I don't like salsa.
You're a terrorist.
I don't like
all right,
queso. I don't like guac. It's literally
What?
just the chips. Don't eat anything else with them. Just give me the
That's
basket
crazy.
of chips.
That
Yeah.
is serial
Just,
killer.
right
shit.
out of the fryer with a little salt on them.
Wow.
And I'm all good.
Wild.
Next
Fuck is
up on
wrong
the
with this
list, boneless wings. And again, these are naked, dry, nothing on them. I'm just going to dip them in ketchup. They
Not
are
even
glorified
in
chicken
ketchup?
tenders.
All right, hurry up. Get this list over.
Regular wings and ketchup?
That's
Yeah,
wild,
they're just
bro.
glorified
What?
chicken nuggets, you know.
What?
Next up, pepperoni pinwheels. If you just take like
What is
pizza,
this?
It's if you just take pizza dough and you just like stretch it out, you can like dip it into the sauce, then you just swirl it up and then put a little of your toppings on there. You basically make like a mini pizza roll, like bagel bite. It's a little fancier version of a pizza roll.
I guess.
They make them at Clavon's. It's a local establishment in Jackson and in Lansing. So I like it a lot.
He's on some 517 shit.
Yeah, man.
Shout out.
All right, keep
Fucking
going.
fans over here.
Next up, mini corn dogs. I mean,
That's a good
very
one.
similar to the pigs in a blanket, the mini corn dog. Very classic, very good. It's a great bar snack.
Yep.
And then, in similar vein to the Bavarian pretzel, just the pretzel bites. You know, a little bit easier, smaller. You can just pop them in your mouth. You know, so I like the pretzel bites. That's my top 5 for my appetizers.
Neil, you look disappointed.
This plain boneless wings and ketchup. That sounds like
Yeah, that's
terrorist.
that's like
Yeah,
that's like
like-
something you eat in prison.
you see
Speaking
what,
of Jackson,
Yeah.
there you go.
You
yeah.
see what happens when I don't bat third. You see what happens. I'm gonna get this shit on track.
All right,
okay?
hold on.
I'ma get this
Nitty
shit
gritty.
on track.
Let's get some reaction. Justin, your privilege is showing. Freddie felt 313 in the super chat. Justin be like, more Grey Poupon and caviar, Jeeves. No doubt.
He's definitely got a butler.
I do not have a butler.
Have you ever had a butler?
No, I've never had a butler.
Have you ever had a house?
Have you had a nanny?
housekeeper? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You've had a
You
nanny?
that's a butler.
A housekeeper.
A housekeeper is a butler. It's the same thing.
I mean, they only come like once a week, and they do like the laundry.
And you said they used to pick up the groceries you want. You tell them what groceries to pick up, and they get them.
Did
Right?
she
No,
cook for you?
no, that did not happen. No, that did not happen either.
Okay.
Moving on to
Just laundry and then like vacuuming and stuff. That's
Was
it.
she hot?
Hell no. Old Mexican lady.
that's
You had a
That's
nanny. Yeah, that's a what?
Woodward
Put
Sports.
soil and clean his house. He said he didn't have a butler.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Let's move.
Oh god.
Shit's great.
I mean, we were going to keep this a secret, weren't we, Justin?
Yeah, we were.
I've known Justin since he was about 5 years old.
Oh.
Okay.
Justin was a part of my sister's wedding as the
Ring
ring
bearer?
bearer
Standard 5-year-old role.
because my sister was Justin's nanny.
Holy shit.
So not
Holy
only
shit.
well, that's how I know Justin. I didn't know he was going to grow up to be an awesome sports fan and come here and kick ass at Woodward Sports, but that's how I know Justin from my sister was hired as his full-time nanny with
So
his
you've been watching
with
him
his
eat
sister.
steak tartare since he was 5.
Since he was a young buck.
Oh man, you busted.
Shout
bro.
out to
You guilty.
Kendra, my sister.
Shout out.
All right. Shout
Shout
out.
out. She was
Justin.
awesome. They took me to a NASCAR race when I was a little kid. I love Jeff Gordon, and they drove all the me
Okay,
all the way to
Justin,
the west
land
side
the
of the
plane.
state.
Land the plane.
That's it.
Okay, cool. Let's go on to Chase's list. Mike Putnam, Chase is a psycho. Nick Pancone, John effing Lord, psychopath mind. Lunchbox, that sounds like some serial killer type ish.
Plain tortilla chips and plain boneless wings dipped in ketchup is that's serial killer shit.
Co-opzilla, sinner, and all.
Sinner.
Oh my gosh.
Let your power here to get this shit back on track.
Oh
man.
please.
Yeah, I got you.
KG,
Man. I got.
the show needs you.
I got you.
Right
man.
now, more than ever.
Hey,
Your top 5 appetizers.
Real simple and to the point, okay?
All
Real
right.
simple and to the point. At number 5, potato skins.
Yep.
Who doesn't love a good set of potato skins,
That's
man?
true.
The sour
Can't go
cream,
wrong.
chives, cheese, bacon, all that shit, man, always goes hard. At number 4, chicken nachos. It is very hard to fuck up nachos. If you can hit the chicken nachos, I mean, it's just Yeah, that's one thing that you just don't fuck up.
No.
At number 3, wingdings. Not chicken wings. I would much rather have wingdings as an app. It's a little
the fried ones, the bigger ones.
Yes. It's a little less heavy on you, and you get the same feeling that you get from chicken wings, but it's a wingding, and they're normally flavored. So shout out to wingdings.
Love a wingding.
At number 2, quesadillas, man. This technically is a whole meal.
Yeah,
but they put it as an app.
They do put it as an app.
And thank God that they do, because it's fucking amazing. Chicken, steak, no matter what type of quesadilla you like, it's always fire. And at number 1, I've never had a bad version of this at any fucking place. You can name the cheapest restaurant on planet Earth. They will still have good
Applebee's
spinach.
got a good one.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Because it's a bowl of sodium. You can't mess up a bowl of sodium.
It's spinach and artichoke dip, fucking chef's kiss, man. I love it.
Thank you, KG,
I got
for
you.
restoring, getting the awkwardness out of the chat. Went real awkward.
Chase, do you like spinach artichoke dip? Because you can dip your plain tortilla chips into that.
I don't like any dips. I just eat the chip plain.
This man right here.
I don't even like flavored chips. I just like the classic salt.
Hurricane, Chase Raw Dogs Chicken Nuggets. Big Play J, D-Mac, your ruling on this. Big Play J, nepotism lives at Woodward Sport.
Big facts.
Of course, nepotism is life.
Big facts.
Hey, it got me in the building.
That was a
but
statement, not
I
a
kicked down the
question,
door.
Shane Daniel in the super chat. Shout out to queso fundido with chorizo and flour tortillas on the side, the kind you get in Mexico. That sounds fire.
Yeah.
That sounds fire.
I love queso.
It is very good. D-Mac, I'm excited for your list here. Darren McCarty's top 5 appetizers.
It's great. All right, number 5,
Hey.
bruschetta.
Hey.
Absolutely need that bruschetta. Wow. Yeah, we
picture,
smoked
though.
all of that too.
Yeah, I was about to say that picture is
number
wild.
4, can't go wrong. Jalapeno
that's a
poppers,
good one.
baby.
That's a
That was
good
my
one.
honorable mention. Yep.
Your House of Shamrocks, you can get the D-Mac burger, but you can also get the jalapeno poppers, which are fire. Number 3, calamari.
Calamari.
Calamari,
Yeah.
I
Not
love
a
it.
squid guy.
Yep.
And
Rock
which
solid.
way they
love
go.
calamari.
Good test of a real restaurant is their calamari.
Justin know about this one.
Escargot's
Just
fire.
know
Big
about
fan of escargot. If they're on the menu, I'm getting them.
Yep.
And then caprese salad.
Clausen
I like
Steakhouse.
the mozzarella.
Clausen Steakhouse has good escargot.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
D-Mac got kind of bougie with the escargot, but see, people forget you've been places.
Yeah.
You've been
Yeah,
on both
they-
sides.
That's
of
what
the
happens
track.
when you went 4 cookies.
Yeah.
Where the fuck
Yeah.
you want to go?
Everywhere.
I
They actually
love-
let me in places that have escargot back in the day.
I love escargot.
D-Mac can literally fit in any room.
He can.
Any room, man.
Hey, you
my
notice?
my dad's a big escargot guy too.
Yeah?
Nice.
Hey, you notice every list has not featured mozzarella sticks at all. We
That
talked
is true.
about this.
Well, we're gonna get to it.
Oh,
We're gonna
come
get
on,
to
Neil.
it. All right, it is time for my top 5 appetizer list. Oh, there we go. Way back in the day.
Oh,
I like it.
Big
yeah.
ass head.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, that was the hair tie. Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, my top 5 appetizers. Honorable mention to jalapeno poppers. I ate a lot of them back when I looked like that. Number 5, pretzels with cheese. You know, the big pretzel with the beer cheese and
Shout
stuff
out
like
Kodak.
that.
Yes, yes.
Rock solid. Now look, number 4, it's a resume thing. Regular old vegetables with blue cheese or ranch.
I'm not mad at that.
Any party I go to, if it's there, I go to it.
I always bring a veggie
I'm a
platter.
celery guy, but celery and blue cheese. Oh,
It's
absolutely.
included.
Yes,
Broccoli,
yes,
cauliflower,
yes.
all of it.
When
It's
I'm
all
go-
there.
When I'm going to a party, it's like bring your own plate, veggie platter.
Yeah.
Every time. So easy.
No, this
Everybody
is
likes
good.
it.
No, that's absolutely it.
Number 3.
Number
too.
3,
That's
spring rolls.
I
Come on,
forgot about
people.
it. Yeah, egg rolls, spring rolls. Yeah, they all work. They all work.
No, they are. They're absolutely electric. Number 2, I've become a big fan of this as they've kind of become prominent. It's nothing I'm ever going to make on my own. Ever am I going to do a charcuterie board. But if you bring one, I'll mess with it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Love meat and cheese.
Yeah.
Love meat and cheese. Can't beat it.
It doesn't get the credit it deserves,
Can't
man.
They don't.
100%.
We used to have them at Andiamo, bring them out for all the parties and the weddings, those big ass ones. Oh, I'd be mowing that.
If you put prosciutto on there, I'm going to dominate.
Oh, yeah.
Flat out
Stop.
dominate it, man.
Nothing like hard salami and cheese.
It is. But yeah, it is. It's absolutely electric. And number 1, mozzarella sticks. I'm not saying it's my number 1.
Oh, here you
I'm
go.
not saying that I'm gonna, everywhere I go, I'm gonna order mozzarella sticks. I will have them very rarely.
Yeah.
Very rarely. However, You cannot escape mozzarella sticks resume. At your table, if you're, and you know what it is, like apps are a vibe.
Yeah.
If you're feeling it, you're going to go at your table is going to order mozzarella sticks.
No, that's a fact.
They are. Every dining table in America, someone orders mozzarella sticks. At least one in your party, and guess what? You're going to get one of them and eat them.
Yeah.
Say you're not.
Because they normally bring like 10 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're going to get one.
That's the mental gymnastics that goes into mozzarella sticks. Because it's like, would you like to eat 10 pieces of string cheese?
No.
No. What about if we roll them around in breadcrumbs and deep fry them? Sign me up for 12.
And
like,
some ranch.
Yeah, right.
And you'll smash them things.
You're damn
You would
right.
never eat 12 cheese sticks. Never.
Yeah.
But deep fry them and roll them around in
You're
breadcrumbs?
not going to go to the fridge, open up a cheese stick, eat it,
depends
open
on
up
the
another
cheese
one
stick.
12 times. You're not going to do it.
I mean, I very well could. I love cheese sticks.
Yes.
They are good. Depends on the cheese stick, though. Some are better than others.
Mike G, throw the goat cheese on the charcuterie board. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Mike G, Neil, the board is easy to put together. Don't care. Not doing it. Easter at our get together.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law brought one over. My sister-in-law brought one over. Had the prosciutto tied in little bows. Never doing that shit. Never. But they did, and it was real. So, yep. So that's what it is. Our top 5 appetizers. Pretty electric list.
Yeah.
We ran the gamut of emotions.
4 out of 6 for sure.
Yes.
Steak in the Woodward Sports Chat. Great point. I wouldn't eat a dozen eggs either, but I'd smash 20 deviled eggs.
That's another
Facts.
technical appetizer, too.
Absolute facts.
That's absolutely part
I'd
of
put
it,
my
man.
dick in some deviled eggs. I love those things.
Ryan wants to know, no poutine for DMAC.
It's not an appetizer.
Poutine's a food.
It's a meal,
It's not an appetizer.
It's a meal.
Goes in. That's the middle meal. Like you get that, but that's not considered an appetizer.
I like that, the middle
Don't
meal,
get
right.
poutine for an appetizer. It's sort of a mini meal. You can eat some more respect.
The first course.
All right, that's fair.
But if you got it as an appetizer, I wouldn't be mad at you.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't put it on my list.
Sauce tin, fried pickles can be good if you get lucky.
Love fried pickles.
Yeah, they not bad.
Some I've had bad fried pickles though before.
Yeah, when
Really?
they're soft, if they're not fried enough.
Yeah, they got
Bingo.
all crispy.
I've had
yeah.
bad ones. Never had a bad mozzarella stick.
I could,
Yeah,
Some places-
Some
you
places.
know how mozzarella sticks, you can't fuck them up?
Yeah.
Arby's has good mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Like, Arby's mozzarella sticks are fire.
No, but sometimes
You can't
people
do
cook
it.
them too hard, or they not. You know,
Then
they,
put more ranch on it and shut up.
Yeah,
I
and you
guess.
say, if their back's blown out of them,
Yeah, like
send that shit back.
Yeah, don't nobody
Drop
want
some
that.
more for me, big dog.
Adding to the inconsistency of fried pickles, you never know if you're going to get the chips or the spears. It's like
That is
it's-
true
it's either
too.
one
It's
or the other.
it's a crapshoot.
I've
Yeah.
had to perform surgery on mozzarella sticks before. You know, when I worked at Coney for a while, and sometimes you cook and one will pop and all of the fucking cheese comes out. You just grab one of those toothpicks from the Honey's, shove that shit
Shove it
back in
back
there.
in.
I'm not dropping a whole new, because you pre-portion all of it,
Right.
you know? So I'm not dropping a whole new order just because one stick popped. I'm shoving the cheese back in
You're
there.
gonna do some plastic surgery.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Woodward
do it a
Sports
couple
chat
times.
thread. RJ Graham, onion rings is a good. Onion rings is solid. I like
Oh,
onion
yeah.
rings.
Big
I,
facts.
I just don't get them enough anymore.
Onion rings I don't see as an appetizer either. I see it as a side, like French fries.
But an appetizer platter, there's always like 4 of them on there.
That's true, but that's like a space filler.
It is a great space filler.
It
'cause they're
is.
so
I
big.
love onion rings.
Yeah,
I
But
do too.
I see it more of a side, like French fries.
I feel that.
All right, how are we going to cover up this break?
We'll do Mad Packs and Buddies, and we'll come back to White Claw.
Let's do it.
All right, tell us about Mad Packs, D-Mac.
Absolutely. D-Mac here to talk to you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs, the hottest new cannabis brand, and they are partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means. It's going to be feeling good all summer long. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. High-low, getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard packs, THCA, moon rocks that hit like a blizzard. Come to the select retailers in May 2025. Stay tuned here, Woodward Sports Network, for all the latest updates.
What about Buddies?
Buddy's Pizza, everyone. You guys know what it is. Over 22 Buddy's Pizza locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. Here's an idea, too, because we were down at the one on Broadway downtown. If you're going to a Tiger game this year, there's a Buddy's across the street. And you can get that pizza that you see on your screen. They're the original Detroit-style pizza. They are as Detroit as it gets. Not only did they invent Detroit-style pizza, they got great partnerships in the Detroit community, the Detroit Zoo, the Michigan Humane Society, all of them. They're a part of the fabric, man. It's like Lions football, Tigers baseball, and Buddy's Pizza, man. They all kind of go together. Get it for lunch today. Get it for dinner. Use the promo code 10meal on buddyspizza.com, the original Detroit-style pizza.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Calling all Tigers fans, join us for the White Claw Tigers Watch Party Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join the heavyweights as they'll hit McShane's Irish Pub, great spot. Nemo's Bar, great spot. Second Best, great spot. And Old Miami. That's right, be a part of the fun. See the reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, May 23rd, the first watch party at McShane's Irish Pub in Corktown. It's the White Claw Watch Party, brought to you by Easttown Distributors and Ben Johnson Law. Bring those surges out. I'll pull up.
We know you're pulling up to Old Miami.
Oh, 100%, man. That's a Detroit City FC staple. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty back here with you. KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase, young Justin in the building. In the chat, Burn in the super chat. I'm having war flashbacks of making triples at Logan's Roadhouse. F you, Michigan fans, with your baseball national championship. Just order normal apps. Well, they didn't win the baseball national championship, right? Then they lost to Vanderbilt?
They lost to Vandy.
That's
Kumar
right.
Rocker.
Kumar Rocker, that's right. Peaceful Tim, no law against the claw. No, there is not. Can confirm. D-Mac, I did want to touch on this. And Trajan Langdon spoke to the media today. I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary that you would necessarily, term shocking. Basically, he talked about the fact they did ask him about Trajan, or they asked Trajan about Jaden Ivey. This is Omari Sankofa, covers the Pistons for the Free Press. Yep. Trajan was asked about Ivey and Durham becoming extension eligible this offseason. He said, quote, "That's TBD right now. I'm sure talks will be had in the summer, but we have a long time to make that decision." Just what does that tell me? That tells me that we're evaluating the landscape of things, and you know what I mean when I say things.
Nobody's expendable in a sense.
Well,
except for your core.
Well, it tells me that we're not at the spot right now where we're looking to put a bunch of massive contracts on the books. That's what it tells me. Yeah. That we got to be prepared if we need to, because guys, look. Everyone wants something until it comes time to give something up. But guess what? In order to get something, you got to give something up.
Yeah, right.
And I think, and again, I don't know this. This is just my take on it. Is if you're about to enter the trade market or an off season, the less obligations you have, i.e. the more flexible you are, the better spot you are to be in. Trajan also said the continuity piece is big. In my time with San Antonio, that was huge, having the continuity where you can go from one season to another, knowing on day one there's no explanation of philosophy, expectations, what the environment, what the culture is going to be, etc. So that's out there as well. And that was really the main takeaways. They did ask him, though, about the offseason in whole. Trajan said On the draft, I can't tell you there's a specific thing we're looking at doing. We'll look at the landscape and may move up. If there's a player we like, we'll weigh that in our draft prep going into June. Remember, the Pistons do not have a first-round pick. That pick that was in the trade, that was the original Isaiah Stewart trade piece that goes to the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
The Knicks,
so.
the Knicks get that pick, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff moving around there. It was lottery protected, but they weren't in the lottery. So there you go. And to be honest with you guys, I'm glad it's gone now, because
Now it frees up.
now they can trade future first-round picks.
Exactly.
You can't trade a future first-round pick that you don't own or that you may own, because technically you don't own it until you do. So now that trade has been fulfilled. That's it. Seems to work pretty well. They got beef stew out of the deal. So here you go. They can ride. They have everything at their disposal now. They have a good amount of cap space. They have a huge amount of first apron space, which as the offseason rolls on, we'll get into that, because a lot's changed with the NBA since, the last time we won a playoff game.
Big fact.
Not super team season anymore.
Can't wait for that update. But do you think that this maybe helps or hurts your theory about a Zion move possibly?
Well, I would think it helps, right? Because you don't have assets on the books that require money to match up.
Yep.
So that's where it is. Amari Sankofa on Twitter, by the way. Also, last one here, Trajan talking about Cade. And I thought this was very telling. And this is for the Stick crowd out there. I want everyone to listen to this. The people like Stick out there. I don't see it with Cade Cunningham. Here's Trajan Langdon. He had an incredible year. Stats-wise, he was fantastic. He got better. But he hadn't driven winning previously. I'm paraphrasing here. He hadn't driven winning on the floor previously. And he was the driver of winning for us this year. That's the biggest and hardest step to take. Turning your stats into something meaningful and driving winning. I.e., the Pistons are in games and win games because Cade Cunningham is out there on the floor. If he were not, they would not. That's what he means.
Yeah.
And it's accurate. The math checks out on that one. So, D-Mac, I go to you because I guess we've overcome the emotion of the exit. We've overcome what has happened. We've come to grips with it. What's your takeaway, your memories, or your thoughts on the Pistons season now that we've had some time to breathe?
What do you want? You just moved two, maybe 3 years in a year, right? As far as experience and solidifying things and just culture and stuff like that. The coach, the way that these guys play and stuff like that. It was unfortunate the way it went down because they did it to themselves. But it's a learning experience, and I think it was always going to end sort of this way. And it's going to make them tougher. Also, too, is the fact that, the big talk speculations, we've got to go out and get a guy. And you hear all these, trade this guy, trade that guy. No, Trajan Langdon is pretty much telling you, no, we're going to keep our funds where they need to be, but we're not going to do anything out of the norm or anything dropping the hammer on anything. So just sit back and wait. But we like what we've built. We're going to build with a lot of these guys. And you look at the maturation of the youth. I think that's what it is. Cade was Cade, but not only, unlike Steve Yzerman, Trajan Langdon, the guys that he brought in, stepped up. All across the board. Not just one or two of them, but for the most part. Right? So the fact is and look what you got out of your young guys. Potential. Stuart Thompson, man, he's a player. He's only got to get after what happened at the end and the three by Jalen Brunson at the end of the game. He's got to live with that all summer, and I like the competitiveness that it's not going to happen again. So, unfortunate the way it ended, but they can go back and know that they can compete, especially in this Eastern Division Conference. And next year, I think that they go in and you can expect 50 wins out of this team.
I think, too, with Asar, there are some kind of, and this isn't an exact comp, but in terms of vibes, I think there's a Spencer Torkelson thing with Asar. Remember, he didn't have a summer last year.
Yeah.
He was medically out.
Mm-hmm.
Just when you look at, and that goes across the board, too, for young guys like that, teenagers that come in, an NBA offseason is different than a college offseason. You're talking about strength coaches, nutritionist. Like, they spend tons of money on their bodies. We didn't have that with Asar. Wait till next year, where you give him a summer to get in the gym, continue with the nutritionist, do everything the right way.
Yeah.
I am excited for that. Woodward Sports chat thread, IT Hip, sounds like Trajan is going the Brad Holmes route and won't make any big splashes in the offseason. See, that wasn't necessarily the vibe that I got. It's an option to go that way. They have the ability to go that way. I don't think, if they don't make a trade, Spenny, would you be pounding the table?
No.
Okay. I want to see where everybody's at.
No, I don't think this is the summer to do that. I think they want to see what they got with their guys healthy before they blow anything up.
A Woodward Sports chat thread, Terrell and FL, can't wait to see Ivy healthy next year. Also, Super Bowl, got to see Ivy with all NBA Cade. So,
and Asar Thompson.
And a healthy Asar Thompson, no doubt. My question would be, what are you going to do? Because Hardaway and Beasley,
Timmy can walk.
They were very valuable pieces, though, over the course of the season.
They were.
Yeah, they were. Timmy can walk.
Very valuable
It's
pieces.
been the consensus, unfortunately.
I
Really?
appreciate
Why?
what he did.
Yeah. Really, why is that?
You're not going to sign both of them to $15 million a year, and that's what they're going to both ask for. So
Yeah.
you'd rather get the guy that's
You don't
second
need
in the
both of
league
them
in
on
three-pointers.
Yeah, the Tim Hardaway price is the question.
Yeah.
But if you get him at a number,
If you can get him at a vet minimum or something like that, yeah, for sure, bring him back.
mid-level exception.
Yeah,
But
definitely would do that.
Don't you think that the vibe that I'm getting out of that locker room is these guys, as the veterans, will have the conversation to try to make it work to run this back?
Maybe Tim will take a pay cut. Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't be
to be a part of this or
if
whatever. Like,
anybody
they're-
did, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
I just don't think you need him at this point because Jaden Ivey's not coming back to sit on the bench, I don't believe. So that would move Tim Hardaway to the bench. And do you really need Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway on your bench? I don't think you do.
No.
Fontecchio's probably going to go. You need another wing. But
here's the thing, though. If you do that, okay, so in your world of sub Ivy for Tim Hardaway Jr., you get even smaller.
That's true, but that was the starting lineup before he went down.
Yeah, it's not that much smaller.
Yeah, JB Bickerstaff has a belief in Jaden Ivey. We know that. So,
and that's totally fair.
I believe that Jaden Ivey will be able to play defense as effectively as Tim Hardaway Jr. Because it's not like Tim Hardaway Jr. is clamping people up or anything like that. I think Jaden Ivey could stay in front of somebody.
Ivey was averaging more points than Hardaway too, right?
Yeah, he's 17 and a half.
Yeah, 17 and a half. Second on the team.
Dante 151 in the super chat. Plus, there's a guy named Bobby Klintman who is there as well.
He'll probably take Fontecchio's spot.
I'd rather have Bobby Klintman than Fontecchio right now.
Fontecchio not coming back. We know
He's
that.
buns, dude.
He a good person too, but yeah, just not for
Yeah,
this
seems like a great guy.
Yeah, not for this team.
DNC ENT brings up a good point. I hadn't looked at this yet because I didn't do like a deep dive breakdown. Malik will get the mid-level exception because we don't have his bird rights. Tim Hardaway Jr. we do have the bird rights on, so I don't mind paying him $12 to $13 million per year. So DNC ENT, I wonder about that. Like, how does the organization? This is probably a conversation for two here. DNC ENT.
Malik's not going to accept that.
And that's the like
Not
how
a-
far
not a chance.
After the year he had, nah, he probably won't.
right, and that's the question mark, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the number going to be for both sides?
Yeah.
And these are the discussions that have to happen. Daryl Slaughter, bring Beasley and Schroeder back.
Those are the two that I want.
Yeah.
What's a Schroeder contract going to look like?
That one has
Cheaper.
to be, vet minimum.
He'll make a little more than that, but only by a couple.
Because he's got a role, right? Like, he can go to any playoff team.
Backup point guard.
exactly.
Yeah.
And step right in.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Do what you're going to do. So I guess it's what's important to
Yeah.
him. If he wants to get every dollar possible,
He know at this point, like a couple years ago when he was on the market and he kind of priced himself out and he ended up like in a situation he didn't want to be in. I think he realizes now what his role is. Because you're not gonna get a shitload of money, but for this team, you can definitely get paid and come back and help on a little bit more than the vet minimum.
Joe taps into mine. Maybe bring Luke Kennard back. He's a free agent. 45% from three.
Yeah,
Leads the
if you're
league.
looking for three-point shooters,
But what is his price gonna be?
I don't know. Like, that's
Exactly.
the
He was
question.
a starter over there in fucking Memphis, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm good though.
When he shoots a 3-point shot, almost half the time it goes in.
It wasn't doing that for us, but he was young. I know, but still.
I would take Luke Kennard in a heartbeat.
I'm good. We got Beasley. Man.
Yeah, but you got Beasley. See them.
Yeah.
Tell him about Loom.
Absolutely, spring is in the air, and Michigan is buzzing. 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles, crafted with real fruit juice. No artificial sweeteners. They're big in flavor, low in calories, and 100% hangover free. It's all bubbles, no troubles. You got watermelon, cherry, strawberry, and 2 new ones, raspberry lemonade and peach. So you got the plethora. Crack a can, take a sip, catch a buzz. Available at any of Loom's 38 locations across Michigan. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in store. Go to www.loom.com today for more information.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
All right, final segment of the show. Quick one here. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge, all of you. Real quick, wrap up some of these messages here in the chat thread. Capital J, are we going to pay Harris? Yes, he has a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Final year of his deal. But again, for the crowd, too, that says, well, if they're going to make a trade, they have to trade Tobias, that's not necessarily true. They have a ton of space before they get to the end of the first apron.
Yeah.
And we have no reason to believe that Tom Gores, without hesitation, would not even think about it for a minute.
He wouldn't.
So that's the biggest wild card in all this to me, is I don't even know how to act like with an owner that will just like
that will spin. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I feel you.
It's pretty, Spenny, it's pretty powerful.
We haven't had that system, Mr. I.
Yeah.
We haven't had that.
He will not hesitate for a second, I don't think. But yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread. Oh, Coach Gump. Neil, help. Sorry. Coach Gump, you used your one allotted per show.
Yes, 1 per day.
1 per day. Coach Gump, save it. We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is tomorrow? Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Thursday.
Okay. Where was it? I know you got a big question, Coach Gump. We'll do it. We'll do it tomorrow.
I see what y'all was doing in the chat too. I don't like Luke Kennard because he reminds me of a Pistons era that just
Well, you got to get past that.
Yeah, I know. We should add Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry, but
Cartier says Gores could get Zion and still throw a bag at Duran and Ivy. He could, yeah. Theoretically, he could, 100%. And I think that he would.
I just need a stretch 4 that can score. That's it.
All right, that will do it for today. Oh, we forgot to bring up Matt Vierling hit a home run in AAA yesterday.
Yes, he did. He's back.
Tigers
Add
today.
it to the summer of we're back.
Yeah. Probably going to be back in a few games here.
Yeah, probably Friday.
We are legit hitting a 6-game parlay.
I told you.
And we don't even have to hedge it right now.
We kind of hit one last year, too, but for real this year.
Yeah.
Really this
Well, we
year.
hit 5 of 6 last year.
Yeah, close enough.
This year we got all 6. Alan W. Neil, for everyone declaring Cade a bust and wishing we had Brunson. Brunson averaged 8 points per game his first postseason, almost like it's a progression, as did Kobe Bryant. So there's that. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.